In this arena of honor, I am paired with a team made up of VME Alliance members. I joined solo, so I had no control over the team I would fight with. I begin by surveilling the enemy castles. None of them seem super strong, but there is another VME team here, and the dynamic may work for or against us, as they may have communicated a strategy amongst themselves. We will see. The NPC troops have a cavalry formation, so if we want to take on the watchtowers and catapults, we will need the first row to counter with spearmen camps. We get off to a good start, capturing and filling the first set of strongholds quickly. I ask some questions and try to guide the strategy, and to my surprise, Terramaker asks me if I want to be the commander, to which I acknowledge in the positive. I set the attack order quickly, and then shortly after the camps. We cannot win with just trading posts, so you have to go big or go home. Since we are setting spear camps and not trading posts, the NPCs will help defend our clan castle. So I advise not to send any main deployments to the main castle, as they will not be needed there. 1 or 2 people sending their main deployments there could mean we take less altars, have less buffs, and lose more battles. I quickly survey the enemy camps to see what we are facing. House Baratheon and House Lannister are also setting spear camps, so we will have to compete with them for the watchtowers and catapults. I quickly form a new strategy. We will set the second line of camps to infantry to counter their spears, as they will capture the watchtowers closer to them before we can get there. The infantry camps will then counter their spearmen. I have also advised the team to focus on Altar of the Warriors and Altar of the Strangers to give us total attack, defense, and health buffs, which we will absolutely need to both defend our structures as well as capture more. It doesn't take long for someone from House Tyrell to attempt to take our Altar of the Stranger, but they attacked with a mediocre spear lineup against my infantry and less than 1 million troops. They had no chance, and my losses were negligible. Once the Altar of the Stranger was secure, I moved on to my next target. A lot of altars are already bubbled, so I had to look for one still being contested. House Stark has one open. I quickly raced to seize it and then called for reinforcements. I was able to hold off a couple of solo attacks before reinforcements arrive. We are off to a good start, working together as a team to capture these altars. I am encouraged by the fact that we can hold off these attacks, as it means that we will not have to worry as much about being soloed out of everything. This solo attack has a good lineup, but I have Jaqen while he is using Sinara. Even so, I had fewer ancients, and had I not had reinforcements, probably would have lost the altar. I request reinforcements and hold off a solo attack before the reinforcements could arrive again, still encouraging that I'm not being knocked out immediately. I am surprised at the amount of reinforcements streaming in, but also want to reinforce another teammate who is also using infantry. It takes me a minute to notice that House Baratheon, Pink, is not happy I took their warrior and have decided to rally. Pink, I am not sure how concerned I should be about a pink team, but you never know. By now, House Stark and House Lannister, as well as us, have taken a watchtower. Pink decided to use an all-female cavalry lineup. How fitting. Regardless, even though they countered me, they could not overcome my lineup with Jaqen and all the reinforcements my teammates sent. I surely would not have defeated this solo. I quickly took another altar, an altar of the stranger. However, I noticed a teammate took an altar of the warrior just above me. I hesitated calling for reinforcements as the altar of the warrior was more important than my stranger. I reinforced them instead and hoped they would hold. While we defeated attack after attack, we took our second watchtower. The strategy of setting the second line to infantry had worked flawlessly. I was holding out against all the solo attacks, but despite valiant effort, Terramaker was kicked from the warrior. As I waited for the countdown on my altar to complete, I vowed revenge for the loss of our troops in that warrior. Also now is when we finally took the last watchtower. A perfect plan executed perfectly. I quickly sent my troops home and raced for the warrior, seizing it easily. Vengeance in my sights. This time, however, I did not hesitate calling for reinforcements. Reinforcements came in quickly, and I was able to hold off the solo attacks. After a couple of solo attacks, the enemy didn't even bother to keep trying, and we captured it. Revenge secured. Over the next few minutes, I helped take back altars being occupied until I saw an opportunity. A dragon pit. We are currently in 4th place, and House Stark, yellow, is significantly ahead of us in points. If I could take a dragon pit, the first capture points might help us significantly close the gap. I am playing it pretty tight here, as the Glory City opens only about 12 seconds after this dragon pit is captured. I will need to pull my troops, speed them back, and be ready for the City of Glory to open. Yes, I have the city for the moment, but need reinforcements fast. We own 2 of the catapults, but one of them just hit, killing some of my troops. The VME team is amazing and quickly send massive amounts of reinforcements. I do not think I have seen a team react so quickly in all my Arena of Honor matches. It doesn't take long for the first rally to hit. Pink again to hit. Also has a strong infantry lineup, with me having Jaqen and him having Sinara as the only difference. Additionally, they have more ancient infantry. However, we have more infantry overall, with 6.1 million to his 5 million. Even so, he managed to eliminate almost 1 million troops, while we eliminated over 2 million. Still, he can easily heal, while we will have to pull deployments out and refill. VME again does amazing work and pulls out their weak deployments and immediately refills as quickly as they can. Knowing we already have 3 more rallies up against us, we accumulate 6.2 million troops in defense and hope for the best. Suddenly there are 5 rallies up against us, and I see the first one is again coming in from pink. House Baratheon. 1 pink, 2 pink, 3 pink, 4 pink. The first and second rallies do very little damage. I am encouraged by this, and while I shouldn't have been looking at reports while the attacks were coming in, it told me we had a good chance of holding. 4 rallies defeated. VME immediately starts pulling out deployments that were nearly eliminated and begins to refill. The battle is intense, and Pink is doing some very good damage overall, keeping us on our toes, pulling and refilling constantly. Other houses continue to attack as well, and we are able to hold for now. The bubble is up, therefore, I pull my nearly dead deployment out of the castle and resend it back in. As soon as the City of Glory bubble drops, there are 4 rallies up against us. I can only imagine who it is. The first rally hits, and it's Orso. This rally does far more damage with 1.8 million eliminated. While he is using the same lineup, we have far fewer infantry than before, and he outnumbers us in that formation with 5 million to our 4.5 million. Even so, we defeat his attack, but now the VME troops need to pull and refill quickly. Once again, there are 5 rallies up, but this time, House Lannister is going to try to attack us with 4 well-timed rallies. This is by far the most rallies I have had to ever defend against in the Glory City. The first rally had a mediocre commander lineup, with only 2.3 million cav and some bowmen. The losses were minimal. The second rally was infantry bleed synergy, but with only 1.5 million troops, and we defeated them easily. The third rally was a good female synergy, and bowman with 4.3 million troops, but it was not nearly strong enough to make a large dent. I didn't bother clicking the rest of them, as it didn't matter at this point. Red was not the ones I was concerned about. My teammates continue to pull and refill like professionals. Pink, once again, is sending rally after rally. They are doing decent damage with Orso's lineup, so I don't think they will give up easily. We barely won that one. We have fewer and fewer infantry, and Orso has a strong account, doing very good damage. 4.4 million infantry to his 5 million, with him vastly outnumbering us in ancient troops, is taking a toll. With only 11 minutes left in the match, Pink is desperate to take the Glory City. They gambled on taking the Glory City and did not even get the watchtowers and catapults. They took a risk and have thus so far failed to capitalize. Still, they sent 4 more rallies hoping to overwhelm us. Little did they know, VME has refilled the city, and all of their rallies bounced. Even so, we were now down to 1.8 million troops defending, and if they did not refill fast, we would lose it. Pink tried to sneak in some solo attacks, while VME pulled their troops and refilled very quickly. Nice try, Pink, but it did not work out in your favor. Not to be discouraged and having no choice but to continue trying, House Baratheon sent 4 more rallies. Being second to last place, Pink has nothing to lose by trying again and again. I don't mind that much. They are giving us eliminations we would not otherwise get. 4 rallies bounce again. After a few solo attacks, Pink finally surrenders and stops attacking. It was a good but futile effort when you have teammates as effective as VME. So many rallies defeated, it was truly epic. We are victorious with first place, and I achieve first in eliminations. It was a glorious battle, and I am honored to have fought with VME.